Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Rich Buddy on the Rich Buddy live show. Welcome to a surprise little talk show of Talking Watches today. Our friend Bud hit me up and said, let's do a little bit of watch talk. So, what the heck? You know what? What's up, Bud? How are you?
Good morning. How's it going?
Man, we're smoked in. We're smoked in the house today. Today's the worst day of the 3 days. You can't even step outside. I mean, without breathing all that smoke from the fires. The fires just went crazy, and they're really close this time. They're only about 15, 20 miles away now. I think they won't get here to me, but the smoke is just too bad to even go outside.
Yeah, we dealt with that here, and it really hurt my sinuses. It was a mess. So I feel you. I know what you're talking about.
So what do you guys got going on in Colorado? Snow?
We had snow Sunday into Monday, and it was freezing yesterday and the day before, but today's not too bad. It's going to warm up a little bit today. It's about 40 degrees right now, and then we should start to warm up. It's only 9:30, so. Gotcha.
Pretty
good, but
you know, I'm going to cut that fan in behind me. I think can you hear that fan in the back?
Yeah, it's not really bothering me. It just kind of sounds like a little bit of noise.
Air traffic. Let me get rid of it. Hold on. To be honest, I think it was drawing in smoke from the outside, so might as well kill it anyway. So trapped. Oh, did you say it was the snow wasn't that bad there? You said
no, it was bad over the weekend. It's gotten today. It's going to melt all the way today. So
cool.
But since I was home, and I thought I'd show you guys this here.
Man, that really comes in good on the high def.
Yeah, I wonder where I can get.
Man, look at that BlueBerry bezel. Holy smokes, that thing is amazing.
I don't know what the hell that is. It's making that noise. Sorry, something to do with my wife's computer. What the hell? Sorry.
Oh, maybe you have something on the keyboard.
Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah, that's a good call.
Wow, look at that thing. Man, that's got to be the best bezel in the business right there, bro.
I'll tell you, in person, it's really something else.
You see what I told you in Clive's chat? I said, imagine that bezel on the Meteorite Pepsi.
That would be crazy.
Although this is a Submariner, the other's a GMT too, but...
Trying to get that glare out of there.
Yeah, that color is in the shine off that bezel is just amazing.
And I'll tell you whatever the difference is, whatever millimeters or whatever between this bracelet and the GMT, the Meteorite, this is equally as heavy. But you see how it barely, I'm holding it upside down, and you see how it barely moves on my wrist.
Oh, because of the new clasp design, thicker
design. I mean, it just makes it right as tight as you want. It makes
right,
and it loosens up real easy, and
it's a good wear.
Yes, it really wears nicely. So that new design is. So any of the new subs would be a real good fit.
Did they flatten the crown guards a little bit? Is the crown sticking out a little bit more than the other watches, or no? Just they're about the same.
I don't think so. You know,
Boy, it looks thicker. The bracelet looks wider visually. It does.
Yeah, the bracelet is wider. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the bracelet is wider. And it's very easy to work. You know, I find some of them to be a little bit difficult, but this one's
cool,
very
man.
easy to work. So.
Oh, I didn't realize that it has polished center links.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
They do that on all the white gold, don't they?
On all the white gold, yep. So I was comparing my meteorite, which I've wore for about a year, quite a bit, and I was comparing it the other day, and I've got a lot of scratches on the meteorite, but you can't tell when it's on my arm. You know, I got to show it to you.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't make the Submariner all in just brushed.
Yeah, I think for the money, I think they wanted it to feel like it had some type of flash to it.
Maybe to differentiate between the others, but
yeah.
So yeah. Wow, that's beautiful, man. Congratulations, bro. That's amazing.
Thank you. It's yeah, it's and when you see, I sent you that picture, and I think everybody see. I put it on Discord there, and I put it on the WhatsApp group, and you see it beside the meteorite. It doesn't.
What's up, Chris, Danny, Heshkin, Lar blah blah, Cartel, Raj, Logan, everybody else
Good morning,
who's
guys.
watching. Good morning.
Watches and giggle.
We're trapped in our house here in Southern California because of the smoke. The smoke is so bad outside. The air quality's that bad. So we ain't going nowhere. My boy's supposed to have sailing class today, but I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, out there in the water.
Yeah.
They might cancel it though. I've seen them cancel some stuff because of it.
You know, they've been canceling the last few sessions, believe it or not, because it's been too windy. You know, my kid was waking up and excited about the wind. He said, "Man, sailing's going to be a lot of fun today." And then we get a phone call later on saying it's too dangerous for the kids. We're going to cancel it.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about that with my wife yesterday. It's just there's so many things canceled. There's so many, you know, the movie theaters are shut down. Places, you know, like them jumping places that kids can go to, they can't go to them, and just everything that you could. If you've got young kids, it's tough to keep them busy right now, you know.
Yeah, definitely is. We're doing a lot of Halloween stuff starting Thursday, so we're going to be really busy with Halloween.
Yes, yeah, it's trunk or treat. I don't know if you guys do that, but
that's all what we're doing. We got a bunch of those set up.
Yep, that's. I actually seen one of my neighbors. He actually built a curb he built a wooden curb, and then he painted it the cement color, and he put grass on the top of it, and it looks just like the movie, you know, where the clown's sitting under the drain. I don't know if you've seen that new It that was out last year. Anyway, it's going to be a good one. So when people come by, he's going to be underneath this curb, and he's going to have the clown costume on. And he's going to be grabbing it. So he's going to scare the shit out of them.
You know, I noticed a lot of people got creative with their home designs and stuff, even though there's not going to be any trick or treating, but they figured let's dress up the house.
Right. So yeah, it's. There's people. I mean, so far, as far as I know, everybody here is planning on still trick or treating. So, but that's unless they close it down between now and then.
Everybody likes the new pickup there, bud. Nice.
Well, thanks, guys. Yeah, it's like I said. If it was a black sub, or if you got a hold of the Sermon, this is going to be probably the best fit. Well, especially for guys with smaller wrists. You know, the guys with the bigger wrist, and you have an easier time getting it on. But the smaller wrist, this watch is going to fit better than ever.
So the clasp, I turned myself down a little bit there, Logan. So maybe now we're about even on the voice. But hey, so on that clasp there, bud. So the clasp is the same as on all the new subs. The white gold clasp that you have there is the same as the clasp on the Cermet Starbucks. It's the same. They're all the same clasp now.
They're all the same clasp. As far as I know, they're all the same width. They're all the same clasp. Everything.
And what did they do to improve it? It's a thicker and a little bit thicker and a little bit wider.
It's a little bit thicker, a little bit wider, and it just, I never really thought the Easy Link that they call it or whatever, the slide was that easy. But I mean, now it really slides, and you just unsnap it, and it literally slides both ways very, very easily. And just
Okay, but that mechanism's the same though, isn't it? The glide lock, so it still has the glide lock,
still
right?
has the glide lock. Just seems like it work. Maybe with the thicker,
Maybe it's better
because it's bigger. The metal doesn't have to rub up against each other as much.
Better action.
Better action, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's but now that I look at the Meteorite, how I like to wear my watches. When I look at the Meteorite and see how much I've beat it up, but in the end, I had somebody say the only person that's going to thank you for, in 10 years or whatever, the only person that's going to thank you for not wearing it is the person that buys it, and then they sell it for double. So, I wear everything.
The fact that there's more value in that watch in your watches gives you more reason to actually wear them.
Yes, you can wear it and still pretty much have it be the same value as what you paid for it anyway. So
Cartel's asking, how's that clasp compared to the James Cameron clasp? Is it smaller, same size, bigger?
It's probably smaller than the James Cameron. It could be real close to the James Cameron, but the James Cameron lock, you lift it from while it's in a closed position. And again, if you want to make that bigger, it opens up bigger real easy. But when you want to tighten that, you have to put a little more effort into it. So it's I didn't think the James Cameron clasp was as easy as they made it out to be.
Yeah.
But this one's very easy to work with.
Right on.
And I tried to go on. I didn't get a chance to look in my box and the cart and everything. I tried to go on to Rolex forum or the Rolex.com and get you guys the model number.
Oh yeah, I was asking what's the.
Yeah, Rolex.com doesn't make it easy to get that.
Right. You know what? We need to start referencing these by their model number so we get used to it.
Right.
Let me see if I could pull up that.
Yeah, because I have no idea what it is, but I don't feel like this watch is any bigger than my Meteorite or anything else. It's the way that it sits. I'm going to show you guys one more time. So it may even feel just a little bit. It fits really nice. You do got that little gap right there, but it's not. It just fits really, really nice.
Boy, that blue just pops.
Yeah.
Unbelievably pops.
And if I do this, if I hold my Meteorite upside down a little bit, it drops a little bit. And it's because I can only size it so good. This is just perfect in size.
Beautiful, man. Stunning.
So
that's the business, dude. That's the business.
Hey, Nate. But thanks, EP. Yeah, no, they're. And then I seen you was asking about the OP. The only reason why that OP that I got is no longer with me is because it fit good. It's a great size. I ordered the wrong color. The Tiffany blue just was the wrong color. The coral red, the green, the yellow, I think all them colors are good. But the Tiffany blue is a certain, you'd have to find like a polo shirt that's that color or something to wear that with.
Right. Remember I was saying that it seems to me like the only time I'd be able to ever wear it is like if you went to like a first communion or something. I just feel
right. It is. It's one of them. It's definitely not a one-time watch. It's definitely not a first watch. So I think getting the collection would be cool, but I mean it's so hard to get them that it'll take you 2, 3 years if you got a good relationship to get all of them. And I mean,
You know that red one pops like crazy when you look at this picture
everyone
here on the
pops.
screen. The red
Yeah,
one, like right here, when it comes up, it just looks. Yeah, that red one really just pops.
and
The yellow too. I like the yellow too.
I only see them going. Right now they're at like 11K, and I just don't see how these watches would go to 20 grand or something. So I just figured it was a good time
Yeah,
to get out of it. I mean, how high could an OP go? It's just
ridiculous, huh?
even at 11, that's a ridiculous price. But
They are cool. I
they
gotta
are.
tell you, they
Yeah.
really threw a whole element of coolness into these. They really did. Is that green the British racing green exactly, or is it different?
No, it's different. That was the first. That was the first thing I asked, and he said, "No, it's different from the regular Rolex green, and it's not the racing green." So it's own. When you see that in person, it's really it looks different on here than it does in person.
Gotcha.
And I did see the coral red. A guy in there was wearing the coral red.
Oh,
Actually, I
was he?
seen them all, but I mean, the week before that, I seen a guy wearing the coral red, and it looks good from 3, 4 feet away.
Yeah, I would
Um,
imagine. It looks beautiful.
but yeah, EP just the meteorite, I think is going to be probably a little harder to get than the rose gold date 8 with the olive dial. But yeah, I mean the whole lineup. I'm trying to think what wasn't the only thing that I didn't see. They only showed me two of the new Sky Dwellers. There was a couple of different variations that I didn't see, but they didn't have. Is one of the OPs, the new OPs, white? Because they didn't have a white one, and I thought I seen that one of the new OPs was white.
I don't.
So
I
they was
didn't see
missing
one there.
they was missing one or two in the box that they showed me, but yeah, this even looks like a Smurf when you're walking around in shadows. This looks like the old Smurf. The black almost turns blue because of the dial. So that's kind of a cool effect, unless you're out in the sun or you're out in the, good lighting. But as you walk through the house or walk through a hallway or something, it looks like a regular Smurf.
Yeah, and then you've got the longer power reserve.
Yeah.
How long is
So,
that? 75 hours or
70 hours.
70?
Yeah.
There's the reference. 126619 LB.
2669. Yeah, I'll have to get used to that.
126619 LB. Yeah. 126619. Well, this is definitely your new favorite watch for a little while at least.
Yes. Yeah. And I am. I got a
That's a nice one, man.
small event coming up here in a couple of days that I'm going to be wearing it. So
I think you're consolidating into a really nice, watch box, with the solid metal pieces, the solid gold pieces, right?
yeah. I'm trying to get you guys see that box that I got that's got the 8. Well, right now I'm still. There's a couple watches that I'm never going to get rid of, like the Breitling and the old date just that I had my first one. So those I'm not really going to count towards that box, but yeah, I'd like to have just that eight watch box, and I'd like to fill it with I've got 4 solid gold pieces now, so I'd like to have maybe one more yellow gold, and then just keep the Hulk and the Batman in there. So
Right.
I made that mistake once and never ever selling the Hulk and the Batman again. So
Yeah, it's a good thing you got those back.
yes, yeah. So I got lucky with that. So basically 6 watches besides them 2, and I've got the the meteorite, this new Smurf or whatever you want to call it, BlueBerry, and the gold Sky Dweller, and the gold GMT, the rose gold GMT. So basically, I'm getting there. I'm getting pretty close to what I think will be my final box. And on the side, I've got a smaller box that has the Aquanaut and the 15202 in there, the jumbo. So yeah, I guess 10 is going to be, which that's what yours is, right? You got 10
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm about there right now, yeah. Seven Rolex, and I can really say 2 Omega, because that Omega is pretty much in the bag, coming anytime, so. And then a Patek, so that's 10.
Yeah. Yeah, that's and then you got a couple of them, couple things on order here.
They really did. It's so odd how they make so many odd sizes of this OP, isn't it? Like look, there's 41, 36, 31, 28, and 34.
And the 28 and 31 is actually going for more second hand than the 41 is MSRP.
5 different sizes.
Yeah.
That's wild. The 28, obviously very small, but why would you introduce a 34?
Honestly, I think women are buying the 34s and the 36s, and I have no problem wearing my 36s either, but the 28 is the one that I really don't see any, my wife has a 28 and a couple 31s, but I would not be buying, especially the more expensive 28s anymore, because I think those are, I just don't think you get your value for them. They're so small.
Yeah, it looks like they picked the blue, the Tiffany, and the black and made all the extra sizes in those. Those maybe are the more popular colors, but they didn't do that with the red, and they didn't do it with the yellow, and they didn't do it with the green. They didn't make 28s in those other colors. So they took the conservative colors and made extra sizes of them. The 28. They even did it with the silver. So they did it with all the conservative ones. But
I guess there are them women that are super, super small. Just very tiny women. So I guess there's always going to be that need for.
Well, I'm kind of excited about this one. I'm hoping this one comes in. This is kind of neat, this yellow one.
You was able to switch it from the Tiffany to the yellow?
Yeah, he said no problem.
That's good. So I think the yellow and the coral are the two hardest ones to get.
I just wonder how long they're going to yank my chain on this one. Huh. We'll see. I mean, I don't need to pressure them because I've already got, like an Omega coming. So I'm cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, you definitely got time. You just got your car all redone, so it's not like you're selling the car anytime soon or anything. So.
What kind of boxes do these OPs come in?
Just the small Rolex box, nothing.
Smaller than a Submariner box?
Yes, I think it's the smallest box. Yeah, right on the side it says the Oyster Perpetual, and the box size says. No, I think the box size says M, so I think it's a medium box. Anymore, most watches that I've been getting are in that medium. The Submariner was in the large box, but a lot of the watches that I've been getting lately are in the medium box. I think that's the most popular one.
Captain Danny says the wife's favorite is the Tiffany OP in 34.
Yeah. It's definitely, guys can wear it, but it's definitely a woman's color.
Yeah. Yeah, I ordered that for my wife, and she really came up and said she doesn't want to watch. It's crazy.
Thanks, Stevie. Thanks, Watches and Giggles. Yeah, my wife isn't one for the Rolexes either, but the one that she's seen in Vegas that we got just now is she had to have that, so that she loved it.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean it's it's definitely a feminine color. It's the Tiffany, the classic Tiffany. I just don't think it looks right. And then when you put it on your wrist and you threw up a couple of wrist shots, I knew it really didn't look right.
Yeah, no.
And I couldn't imagine it on my wrist because I have a much darker tone. So I have a dark skin tone, and
Right.
it definitely would have looked stupid on my wrist.
Right. Well, most watches look better on the darker skin tone, but yeah, I could see what you mean with them.
It would really pop in
a color. Yeah.
Yeah, it would pop in an odd way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
So hey, Decon. Hey, Steve C. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay. We found another event around Thanksgiving to go to.
Oh yeah,
Man.
just add another one to the calendar.
Yeah, the thing is if you we figured out the hard way, if you don't reserve these things right when they come out right now, you're not
Right.
going to get tickets.
Yeah.
They get sold out super quick.
Yep. If you want to go to dinner on Friday night, you got to.
So
make sure you get that reserved.
there's a Snoopy Snoopy festival event going on at Knott's Berry Farm in November, so hopefully I get my Snoopy watch in time to sport it for the Snoopy event.
That'll be good. Yeah. Well, the other thing I done was I tried on. So you know that I'm real hot on that Yacht-Master right now. But the Oyster Flex, yeah, the Oyster Flex has always kind of kept me from buying any of them watches. But I tried one on in Vegas, and that rose gold with the diamond dial. That one's amazing. So I'm actually trying to decide between that. If I buy that second hand brand new, I can get that for around 42. But the new Sky Dweller is right around that same price. So if any of you guys got any opinions on that, I'd like to hear that, because it's become a hard decision for me.
Yeah. He already knows which one I go for. Let me see if they have that one online. So the new Sky Dweller. So you're talking about this one in particular, which configuration?
The gold with the black dial.
This one here?
Yeah, because I don't have anything that's yellow gold.
So he's considering this one here versus, let's see if they have the other one. I think it's listed.
In case you guys haven't seen, I got a picture of it here too, in case it doesn't. It's
Should
that
be on
watch
here.
with the diamonds, yeah. What scares me is there's one of these on Chrono 24, but with the diamond dial, and it's a good price. But I just wonder if somebody can mess with the diamonds on it,
Oh, it's discontinued, huh?
Is it discontinued?
I don't see a dial option, man.
Well, there's two of them in Vegas.
I mean, because usually you select it here, and then there's usually a dime right here. There's usually an option for the dial. There isn't one here anymore.
Here's the one that was actually on my wrist in Vegas. There was actually two of these in two different. And I mean, it fit. The weight felt. Let me try and get it good.
Yeah, that is sick.
The weight felt really, really nice. I mean, you feel the money. That's what I thought, is if it didn't have the bracelet, you wouldn't feel the worth of the watch. But on this watch, you really feel the weight of the watch on there. And then
Complements the black complements the diamond pave really well.
It really does, yeah. It looks so much better in person.
And, I personally, I think this blows away the Sky Dweller, in my opinion. I've never been a Sky Dweller fan, but so you know, so I'm a little prejudiced.
And if that is discontinued, then I mean that would seem like that's they're floating around the ADs right now, because there was two of them in Vegas, but I might have to call them today, and because I think that watch kind of flew under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
And when people start seeing that thing in person, they're gonna like it.
There's also the rainbow bezel version of that, isn't there?
Yes, I don't like that at all. Yeah, and that wasn't just on the site either, was it?
No, it wasn't. I love that one as well.
I know, yeah.
I love that one.
There's a guy on Instagram that's got every Rolex known to man, and I think he's called I Like Rolexes, and he's got that watch, and he flashes it a lot. And,
the Candy Yacht-Master, huh?
The Candy Yacht-Master. It's pretty cool, yeah. That's just depending on your how flashy you want to be. It's
right.
So they might be getting ready to discontinue that watch completely. That was made in 2015, so they might be doing something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that one is just so cool. I think that Yacht-Master is so amazing. It's definitely a beautiful watch.
Cartel asked how often did you start visiting the AD? I used to go about once every week, just to get the relationship there and let them know that I was serious. And now I still go probably once every three. I don't go 3 weeks without stopping by there.
Man, in the beginning, I didn't go unless I needed a watch.
Yeah.
But every time I walked in, I bought a watch. So, so after I bought my first one, the very next time I walked in, they knew I bought a watch the last time, so I bought a Rolex that second time I walked in. And I did the same thing the next few times. I only went in once a year when I was ready to buy a watch, and I bought whatever the hell they had there.
Yeah.
And they always had something that caught my eye. A Hulk, a Batman, a Bluesy, a Sub. They always had something.
Those days are gone.
Shoot, man. Shoot, now I visit them, once every 4 months.
Yeah. Barry BKT said so good. I know he likes that Yacht-Master. He's been telling me on Instagram.
Yeah, bro, you
go
gotta
for
get
that
that.
Yacht-Master and Pavel. Yeah, Pavel. I think that white gold.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, and I don't know how long that run's going to be. I think that might be because it's not selling.
And it's a
not
42.
in the stores. It's a 42, but
I'm with you on that, Pavel.
Second hand, that's only going for what you pay at the AD. So
yeah,
if you want that, you better get your hands on it. But I do use credit cards, and I've got a couple 100,000 points right now on my credit card. So I need to figure out a way to get them cashed in, but there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. So I might just have it pay off some of my credit card. But guys, I don't. If I can't pay it at next, I only buy it with the credit card, and then I pay off the credit card. I don't drown myself. I only use one credit card, then I pay it off. So.
Well, Logan, they know we're there to buy. They know we'd buy 3 watches if we could. They just don't have them. So I think we break up their boring day, to be honest, by going in there and talking to them. As long as they don't, as long as they like us.
You can tell right away if they're just enjoying talking to you, or if they're them snooty kind that doesn't even want to be bothered talking to you. And then you find you got that pushy kind that wants you to buy a day date or a date just that's in there.
So I panicked the other day. I reached to get my Hulk, and it wasn't there. And I started freaking out, and I started counting all my watches and everything, and I forgot that I took it to the AD for repair. Then I realized, oh man, it's at the dealer. But man, they're gonna fix the bracelet that I took apart and couldn't reassemble for free, and they're sending it to Rolex because they don't really have a watch guy. They said nothing we don't do anything to your watch. Everything's done by Rolex. If all we can do is resize a bracelet, and if that guy can't put your bracelet together, I'll let you know in half an hour. We'll have to send it to Rolex. And I came back in half an hour, and he said, guess what? He couldn't put it together. We're sending it to Rolex, and it's going to be on the house since you have the extra AD warranty that you paid for. So it came in twice handy, that warranty on the same watch.
Yeah, that's good. Good that you had that. What about? Thanks, Mac. What was I going to say? There was
so as long as they don't lose it.
Yeah, and I'll say this again, guys. I've always worn my watches wherever I want, and that sucks that London is that bad that you. Wouldn't that bother you, Rich, if you couldn't wear your watches when you wanted to?
That's out of my grasp of comprehension, to be honest.
Yep, I've never ever thought twice about.
Okay, I've been in that situation, right? You know when you first buy a blingy watch, let's be honest, it loses that brand new looking bling factor. I don't know how long it takes to lose that, but that initial shine of a brand new bluesy, you know what I mean? It's there, but not there forever, right?
Right.
Okay. When it has that initial shine, let's call it the shining, when the watch has the shining in the beginning, bro, it's just like the Shining movie. It speaks to everybody around you, and you gleam like the sun, especially with that diamond 30 dial I had, and the Smurf bezel and the Smurf dial. I was in Long Beach, and I had just gotten that thing, and we were walking around somewhere, me and my wife and my kids, and I just said to myself, oh man, all of a sudden I felt the heat of some eyes on me, and I said, oh man, I never felt so vulnerable, because I'm not by myself, I'm with my kids, so anybody could use your family as leverage against you, right, in any situation. So I felt immediately panicked, to be honest. And I told my wife, I said, man, you know what? Let's start making a move to get out of here. I feel the heat. Keep moving, don't look, and don't stop moving.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine in London, if you're under that pressure constantly, I wouldn't even want to have a watch collection.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Is it would make me feel like, in other words, you can't even. If it's that bad, then you can't keep them at home. So you can't enjoy them in your box. Yeah, if they're always somewhere hidden somewhere you can't look at them and wear them, then that would kind of at least put me down to a one watch person.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So that stinks for we don't realize how lucky we are. So America's one of the best countries in the world, and we're trying to shit it down the toilet. So.
And that's why you have to take the bad with the good, and a lot of people in other countries don't understand guns and why guns are important, and these are exactly the reason why guns are important. And hey, regardless of whether there's shootings and innocent lives lost, the good outweighs the bad overall.
I partially think that's why Archie went to more of a conservative look with the Texas, because I think when he goes around to Singapore and all that, I don't think he wanted to have the yellow gold Rolex.
Oh,
Uh,
right.
yeah,
I don't
no.
know. I don't know if you can make an excuse for buying 6 identical Pateks.
No, I was trying to figure him out the other night, and I just either the thought that maybe he was getting older and just didn't want to be as flashy, or just
He
uh,
just likes, I think he just likes the brand. He's
yeah,
in
he
love with
likes
the
the brand
brand,
at the moment. Yeah, yeah, but
and he really went for it.
he's wanting the Rolex back now, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I have walked by people, Stevie C, that made me uncomfortable, but I mean, I don't think about it too much. I
I don't have
just,
to worry about it, to be honest, at all here in Orange County. It's just when I go one county over, I gotta peek my ears up and open my eyes up a little wider, you know?
yeah, yeah, it is. Even in Mexico, I was, stupid enough to go and I brought my Hulk for the water time for the day, and then I would wear my Sky Dweller, the Rosebud Sky Dweller at night. But we pretty much stay at one resort and we don't leave it, and so I feel pretty safe there. But
Where do you go in Mexico?
it's called the X Carat.
Well, I mean, what city or what?
It's by Puerto Vallarta. It's kind of in between there and
Gotcha.
yeah, it's
South
but
tip of Baja, then. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I've never been there, but yeah.
and then you basically it has four water parks around it. So, and when you stay at the hotel, you get all them water parks for. It's kind of like the Disney World of
Oh, that sounds like a
Mexico.
blast.
Oh yeah, it's. I mean, it's really nice. And
You don't know how many times I try to get my wife to go to Mexico. You know, I still have the passport applications here for her and the kids. You know, let's get your things done so we can go. And you know, just that she doesn't. She's scared to go to Mexico. I mean, you know, that
it's
sounds like a good place though to take
yeah.
them.
Once you go there, in other words, you don't get into another cab. That there's a little boat that comes around the hotel and picks you up and brings you to the, or you can walk to the parks if you want to. But everything is hotel owned. I went fishing last time, which I just went with the guys, and the women stayed at home and stayed at the hotel.
Hmm.
And when you do leave there, they take all of your information. They take the cab driver's information, so that in case you go missing, they know who to go
Really?
to. Yeah, yeah, they take your license, their
That's new.
license. Yeah, yeah, they take a copy of everything.
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
That's a little
so
disconcerting. I the last time I've been to Mexico was let's see, probably about 15, 14 years ago when I actually lived in Mexico half
wow,
the year, for 2 years. Well, during the course of 2 years, I'd go there for a week, here for a week, there for a week, here for a week. I did
yeah.
that for 2 years in Rosarito Beach.
And actually, I took a cab around two Rolex dealers just to by myself last time I was there, just to see what was there, and they had nothing. They had day chests and day dates, but yeah. So that's kind of how comfortable I feel there. So
Yeah.
when I was wearing something, I was wearing a Hulk, I think, when I did that. So
Man, I've been having a heart attack watching Bitcoin.
yeah,
It,
that would. That's when I asked you the other day how long you was in it, because that would drive me crazy.
yeah,
It's a lot
I've
of money
been
up and down.
I've been in, yeah, and it just spiked. It's been spiking right now, going up like crazy, and it's really nerve wracking when it comes off its top. And this morning it was plummeting, and it bounced off a certain level, and now it's kind of holding value, but it's very nerve wracking. Just got to hold tight. And the
Yeah,
stock market's going crazy too. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I think all the new shutdowns is just a fear tactic for the election. So, um,
Well, you know what I said in the beginning of the year after we took a dip and recovered? I said, take a look back at the chart of the Great Depression, in the 1920s, and don't expect that we might not follow that chart where it dipped, came back up, and then the chart might look exactly like that. If you go back and look at it, you'll see how interesting that chart is. And I'm just hoping we're not in that second, going into that second dip now, which was twice as deep as the first dip. That's the one where people started jumping out the window. It was the second dip, not the first crash
yeah,
of the 1920s. So if we, I hope that's not coming to fruition. What I kind of predicted back in March and April.
if Trump gets in, all that'll be fine. It'll all shoot up just fine. If something else happens, it'll all go down. I think. That's just my
I
opinion.
think you're right about that. I mean, historically, it's interesting though. Historically, it hasn't made a difference who's president with regards to the stock market going up and down.
Yeah,
And I mean, I think good evidence of that is that it did nothing but go up during the Obama administration, and it did
right,
nothing but go up ever since.
right.
And so it really doesn't care who's president. I think people give a little bit more weight to that, because statistically it really shows that it didn't make too much of a difference. But I don't know. I feel personally like you that it would make a difference. I
I
do
think I
personally.
think this election's the biggest of my lifetime, and I think it will make a difference this time.
It's scary.
Can we get back to watches?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I don't like.
James Caan joined a little bit late. James, we talked about the polished center links on the BlueBerry, and I think most people feel like that gives you the look of the cost of that BlueBerry. So I mean, I don't mind them. My Meteorite GMT has them, and I've scratched it up pretty good. But overall, I think I would rather have that than have the
Brushed.
satin. Yeah, because I just
Yeah.
think it gives you the more dressy look if you want to.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I mean, when I look at the Batman,
Hmm.
I'm happy the Batman has polished center links.
Yeah, yeah. The original Batman is perfect. The
Yeah.
Batgirl is, which I'm going to keep, but I think the Batman was the way to go there.
Do you have the Batman and the Batgirl?
No, I did at one time, yeah,
You
and
just have the newer one now.
now I just have the newer one, yeah.
I really don't like that name they gave that one. I wish they would change the name.
Yeah, somebody on a stream on that the other day and said, it's historically stayed a little bit lower. And one guy, actually Archie, done a review, and he said that the guy that was on there that emailed him said he feels like he sold that watch because of the Batgirl name instead of having a more masculine name. So, which yeah, I just think that's being a little bit too insecure. But yeah, um, it definitely could have had a better name. Yeah, that's I've noticed. I don't know if anybody else has noticed too. The ads ask you if you know. Like when I went in there, he said he acted like he said. So I guess they're calling this one the Starbucks or something about the sermon.
Uh huh.
And I just always act like, oh yeah, I don't really act like I know the names or anything. So
Is that what he called it?
he called it he said, I guess they're calling this one the Starbucks, and yeah, I
Yeah,
said
that's what
that.
I heard it called too.
Yeah, which I don't like that I like the sermon better, but I guess the names do make a difference.
You know why I think it's called the Starbucks? Because I think Starbucks has that green star logo, and
Yeah,
the bezel with the bezel looks like that green sunburst in the
yeah,
Starbucks logo.
right,
But
yeah,
yeah, yeah, I know it was the name had to be given as a blow by calling it the Batgirl. I mean, that was a put down, calling it the Batgirl, but it stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. It stuck, and some people don't like it because of that. But I mean, me, it kind of fits because it's more feminine. It's just more dressy, right? But
Hmm.
it's just more. But if Jubilee bands are more comfortable, So there's pros and cons with everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna be cool with. I hope to get a Pepsi one day. Then I'll have
Yeah,
experienced the new GMT movement, the new Jubilee bracelet. I'll
yeah.
have a Pepsi in the collection. It checks off a lot of boxes. Getting a Pepsi.
I personally think if the GMT with the meteorite had the um, Jubilee bracelet, it would just be super flashy. I mean, it's flashy enough with that meteorite dial, but if you had that Pepsi, the white gold one with the Jubilee, I think it would be just really in your face. So,
Yeah. Man, buddy, my hip's going out on me bad,
yep, and
dude. Like minute, second by second, dude.
yeah,
I'm
I
starting
gotta,
to. I'm about to cry.
I got about 15 minutes here to go get to an appointment. So,
Okay, let's just
good,
cut it, bro. I
good
can't even
talking
go
to you
another second.
guys.
Okay.
Everybody in the chat, we'll
Thank
talk
you
to you
guys for
later, guys.
joining. I'll keep this stream up so you guys can watch it later. Thank you. Appreciate you. Love and joy, happiness. And thank you, Bud, for sharing. Appreciate you as always.
Fist
And we'll
up,
talk to you
guys.
guys later. All right, guys. Peace. Thank you. Adios.